Alright everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode. I'm somewhere in Roy and I'm waiting for the traffic police officer to let me go. She is managing traffic on this busy Kangundo Road. Call it the power of a woman. Well, as I told you, this is Roy town, just a small town of 72,134 people, and that is according to the Kenyan Bureau of Statistics. I don't know whether that is a population of a small town or a big one. You be the judge. The town is 30 kilometers away from the city center, that is Nairobi City, or 19 miles. And so it is not that far, although we are still in Nairobi County. Roy, it's quite a developed town with businesses all over. I've seen that. But that's a story for another day. This is not our today's destination. We want to explore some few towns along this road, two to be specific. And the first one is called Kamulu. Well, I don't know the meaning of the name, but I can tell that is a typical Kamba name. And it is the next town from Roy, also in Roy Ward, in Nairobi County. We are eager to see what Kamulu has to offer. I've been hearing about this town for some times now. It has been attracting a lot of settlers in recent times, I tell you. After Kamulu, we will visit our second town, which is JOSKA. And one thing you need to note about JOSKA before we get there is that the town is in Machakos County. And so at some point, we will have to cross the border between Nairobi and Machakos counties. And so I'm sure this will be an exciting one. So stay tuned until the end. I hope we will get there before the nightfall. It's a beautiful evening. Around 5 p.m., May 2025. The sun is setting, so darkness is coming. As usual, we'll go around the two towns and see how the people lives. I will also tell you the land prices and the population numbers. But before then, let me take this opportunity to welcome you to our YouTube channel, Village to Town TV, a channel that is dedicated to continue showcasing beautiful villages, towns, and cities across the continent of Africa. Thank you so much for the continued support. And if you have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly consider doing so. It is absolutely free, but means everything to us. Back to the video. I'm somewhere in the outskirts of Kamulu, in this petrol station. I just wanted to fuel, although I'm realizing every attendant is kind of busy. I think it's a busy fuel station. And as I told you, I have everything but time. I'm fearing for the nightfall, but I hope I have enough fuel to take me around the two towns and come back here. But if you live around and you happen to see someone with a gas jerrycan, know that is Mr. Lone Traveler. Don't hesitate to help. Sometimes bad things happen, especially when you least expect them. Anyways, back to the road. And one thing I'm noticing about this place is that the area is developing at a very high speed, to a point that you don't really know where the town starts. There's a lot of establishments along the road, busy businesses, which is a highlight of the potential of this place. For decades, this was a deserted place. It was like a semi-arid area where no one wanted to live. Empty big tracts of land. You could hardly see anyone until around between 2007 and 2010, when settlers started moving in big numbers. And when I say settlers, I don't mean the whites. You know, the name was often used in the colonial era to refer to the white settlers. But I mean the locals, Kenyans who started embracing the concept of owning homes. And I'm told that Roy and Kamulu ushered in that era, the craze of plot Maguta Maguta, where land selling companies would buy large tracts of land, divide them in small plots, maybe 50 by 100 or even 40 by 80, and sell them to future home owners. I'm sure most old-timers will recall that in this era, the real estate industry in Kenya really boomed, as almost everyone was involved in the rat race. Some places like Ruiru, Juja, Witeithie, Kamulu, Joska, Ruai, saw people buying land in crazy numbers. And this area's population skyrocketed in a few years. In fact, at some point, the real estate industry was doing so well, while the rest of the economy was crumbling, up until the real estate bubble busted around 2020 and 2021, where at some point, most new land selling companies started scamming Kenyans. I'm told some would even sell a piece of land to 5 unsuspecting people. Like, for instance, you would buy a piece of land in these new areas, get a title deed, a genuine one, of course, and when you start building, say you are digging a pit latrine, which is basically the first thing people do when they are developing a new place, 5 people will appear from nowhere with the same intentions of developing the same piece of land, claim the ownership, and even show you original title deeds, and that's when you will know that you are scammed. I know most old-timers have experienced this because most of you are investors here, or you know someone somewhere who went through this. You can share your experience on the comment section and we'll appreciate. Enough with the land shenanigans. I can see you approaching the town of Kamulu, or let's say the epicenter, since you've been driving through the outskirts for some minutes. And from where I sit, it seems like a very serious town. It's a big one and quite busy. We will go inside as usual and see things from the inside. We will see how the people is here and how businesses are faring. I'm also told that this is the last town as far as Nairobi County is concerned on this side. This is along Kangundo Road. It goes all the way to Kambani. Won't lie, it is my first time here and I'm loving it. I have to admit, I'm a bit surprised. In my mind, I thought Kamulu was just a small town, and it appears I was very wrong. Although small and big are relative, what appears big to me might be small to someone else, and vice versa. And so you can tell us from your own perspective about this town. Is it big? Is it small? Have you ever lived here? What was your experience in this town? What are the common challenges here? Is it water? Roads? As usual, just share your views and experience on the comment section and we will appreciate you. In the meantime, I'm looking for a way to get to the town center. I'm sure I'll get one. I can see people are going about their business. Very busy. Markets all over on both sides of the road. I have also noted the motorcycle transport industry is quite huge here. A lot of nduthi guys around. Shout out to all riders in village to town family. I see you, my people. Well, the town is quite busy. I don't know whether it is always like this, or maybe today is a market day. You know, in Kenya, most towns has designated market days. I've just spotted an exit that will take me to the town center, thanks to the Almighty. Although there seems to be no space here, but I'll have to squeeze myself. You want to see whether the town is busy from the inside. or maybe the business in quote is cosmetic. Well, the small town has a total population of 33,351 people. That's quite a huge number, but barely half of our first town, which was Ruai, with a total population of 72,000 people. And also remember, Kamulu is in Ruai ward, so basically we are within the same locality. So the 33,000 people living in Kamulu are spread in an area of 25.6 kilometers squared. This is a huge area. Remember, this is a settlement. So apart from the town, people are spread in a huge area, probably homeowners. The majority, of course, not everyone. After this population segment, I'll be telling you about the land prices. Oops, there are innocent souls who are just playing around. Definitely they had their mama scared. Anyway, watch out, smokings. The future belongs to you. I have also noted that the feeder roads, or how do we call these roads? They are quite nasty. I'm sure when it rains, they will turn chaotic. In fact, there's no road beyond this point. It has turned to a trail. So back to the highway and back to the numbers. I got distracted. So as I was telling you before I met the small kings, Kamulu is just a huge area as far as the land mass is concerned, with a population density of 1,300 people living in a square kilometer. And so we can say it is averagely congested, although the population is projected to grow. So in future, we expect the place to be highly congested. In terms of gender distribution, 50.9% are females, while 49.1% are males. Well, we are approaching the small town of JOSKA. We just passed the border between Nairobi and Machakos County, and a small toll station, mainly for monitoring trucks. And darkness is almost here. Quite unfortunate. I'm sure you're not getting the top quality pictures. But just for a few seconds, I adjust something or I turn around. Something has to work. So we are officially in Machakos County, one of the 47 counties in Kenya. We are no longer in the capital. It is also one of the 3 counties of Ukambani, which is home to the Akamba people, the 5th tribe in Kenya as far as the population is concerned. They account for 9.8% of the total population, which is not a small number. That's not according to Mr. Lone Traveler. It's according to the Kenyan Bureau of Statistics. I know sometimes things touching on tribes tend to be quite emotive. It's our thing. It's a Kenyan thing. I get it. So I want to officially welcome you to the former Eastern Province of Kenya. Although I'm also new here, just feel at home. There is a supermarket here, or a hypermarket. It seems to be quite big. It seems like it was newly established. It's Quickmart. I'm sure not even a year old, but maybe the locals can confirm to us on the comment section. And they have this big, beautiful, big sign. I love JOSKA. I definitely do. I'm in love. It is a beautiful town. It's growing. And it seems like the future is super bright. It's around 6 in the evening and the sun is setting. I'm trying to race against time. And so, as usual, I'm looking for a way to get to the interior of the town. And definitely I have found one. I'll be turning left and see what JOSKA has to offer. Although the small town seems busy, but not as busy as Kamulu, the number of people is a little bit low. Although I did a video on All Kalau town which was quite deserted. It is actually the capital of Nyandarua County. And I was like, where are the people? This must be a dead town. But an old timer came on the comment section and told me, Mr. Lone Traveler, what do you know? Sometimes seeing a lot of people in a town means idleness or joblessness. I tell you what, I liked that kind of thinking because the guy was thinking outside the box. So ladies and gentlemen, don't rush to judge JOSKA. Well, I don't know whether you are noticing the swell on the side. Not on the road, definitely. This one was brought here. I mean the surrounding land. And the soil is the black cotton soil. I'm told the soil is very good for farming, but it is a disaster when it comes to building. You can just see it. I'm told, like, for instance, if you want to build a story building in such an environment, you have to excavate, move a lot of soil so that you can reach the maram, or maybe suspend the foundation, but that's a story for another day. Maybe old timers from this area can tell us whether that is true. And if that is true, what do you do when building? Because every problem have a solution. You might help someone somewhere who might be stranded. What do you know? Anyways, I want to give you the land prices, both for JOSKA and Kamulu. And as usual, I did my research before coming here. And in JOSKA, I saw a plot of land, 50 by 100, going for 950,000 Kenya shillings. I saw another one going for 800,000 Kenya shillings. And another one going for 850,000 Kenya shillings. I also noted that most of these plots were 2 to 4 kilometers from the tarmac, the main road. I'm sure most current and future investors know what I mean. I also saw another plot which was along the tarmac going for 2.7 million Kenya shillings. That is JOSKA. In Kamulu, I saw a plot going for 1.3 million Kenya shillings, 2.5 kilometers from the main road. I saw another one in an area called Kantafu, going for 700,000 Kenya shillings, and another one going for 800,000 Kenya shillings, and or al 50 by 100, 2.5 kilometers from the main road. Well, the main reason for this segment is not to give you the outright price, but to get you a rough idea of the cost of plots around this area. Since the prices vary significantly based on location, the distance from the tarmac, and how much the owner is willing to sell the land, since it's a willing buyer, willing seller kind of deal. So let me leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching thus far. Thank you for keeping me company. I didn't feel lonely. And please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel, Village to Town TV, a channel that is dedicated to continue showcasing beautiful villages, towns, and cities across the continent. Also like the video so that it can be recommended to as many people as possible, and smash the notification bell so that every time we post, you'll be among the first few people to be notified. Also check out our sister channel, Kikuyu Traveling Media. That is, especially if you understand that language. A new video is up. Subscribe, leave a comment, and we will appreciate. Thank you.